Hey bub, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Welcome back to the X-Centric Collector channel. I'm Talent the X-Centric Collector, and today we are going to be covering Wolverine in his Tiger Stripe outfit from the Gamerverse 2-pack. Let's get into it.
Cerebro Online.
Cerebro, pull up file Gamerverse Wolverine vs. Silver Samurai 2-pack 2025.
Accessing file. Wolverine vs. Silver Samurai Gamerverse 2-pack 2025. Retail price $59.99. Accessories for Wolverine. Alternate hands. Berserker effect.
This 2-pack comes in the Gamerverse themed box with windowed packaging. They have artwork from the video game as well as pictures of the action figures on the side and back of the box. Each figure comes with some accessories that are unique to their appearance in the Marvel vs. Capcom game. Now let's take a look at Wolverine out of the package. There we are. This is the figure that I wanted out of that Gamerverse 2-pack. It's Marvel vs. Capcom Wolverine. And look at those claws. Look at the glorious length. The unrealistic claws. They just look so cool. And the cowl, how high up that thing goes. Look at that. It just looks wicked. Real close look. Yeah, he looks, let me get some paint chip. He looks just like he does in the game. People are complaining a bit because he's bigger than most Wolverines, but I do feel like they really nailed the look of the game. And this figure feels a lot more solid than that Silver Samurai did. The plastic just feels better. He also, oh wow, he's got that same thing going on here. I love this. Get a lot forwards, a lot back. He also has a waist swivel on top of that, so that's awesome. He's pinless, although this is not double jointed because he's got these huge biceps, so, but it looks great. You got a swivel up there, swivel down here, swivel down here. Wrists move. The head can look up, not down, not very much. He's gonna have to go like that if you want him to look down. And the legs, upper thigh cut, and oh, yeah. Good distance there. We've got the knees. Very good articulation. And the ankles are typical Marvel Legends, so side to side, back and forth. These are really stiff, very new. But he looks great. I'm very excited for this Wolverine. I don't know if I'm gonna have him in the Gamerverse. I really don't know if I'm going to have him in the Gamerverse display or if I'm going to have him in another display. Haven't made my mind up on that yet. He also came with 2 fisted hands. So we have these. So the sheathed claws. And then he came with this power effect, the Berserker Barrage power effect. These are really cool. I can't wait to implement them. I don't know how I'm going to yet, but I really like these slashing effects. It looks really neat. So yeah, overall, I think this is probably one of my favorites. Well, that's hard to say because there's so many good Gamerverse figures. This is a really good one though. I'm thrilled to have it. Let's get a little more into the history of Wolverine.
Wolverine. First appearance. The Incredible Hulk number 180, 1976. Created by Len Wein, writer, John Romita Sr., artist.
Alright, quick note. There are so many Wolverines, you may want to skip ahead on the history, but remember, every video is someone's first video, so his history won't really change. Wolverine first appeared in the Incredible Hulk number 180, but it was at the end of the issue. He didn't have a full-on appearance until the following issue, 181. And he didn't join the X-Men until Giant Size X-Men number 1, when he was recruited by Professor X to form the new X-Men in order to go and save the original team from the living mutant island Krakoa.
He has been a central member of the team ever since. Wolverine was born James Howlett in the late 19th century in northern Alberta, Canada, to his wealthy parents John and Elizabeth Howlett. However, his real father was a groundskeeper named Thomas Logan that was having an affair with Elizabeth. After being thrown off the Howlett property, Thomas returned to the home and killed John. In retaliation, the young James killed Thomas with his bone claws that emerged from the back of his hands. After that, the young James ran away from home and grew up in a mining colony in northern Canada. Over the years, he fought in many wars and was eventually recruited into the mysterious Weapon X program. There he was experimented on, and his bones were laced with the indestructible metal called adamantium. The scientists wiped his mind so they could better control him, but Logan eventually broke free from his captors. Sometime later, he was convinced to join the Canadian superhero team Alpha Flight and was eventually tapped to hunt down the Incredible Hulk, who at the time was rampaging through Canada. It would be some years later that he was approached by Professor Xavier to join his new X-Men team, and the rest is history. Let's take a look at Wolverine's powers and abilities.
Powers and abilities: enhanced strength, stamina, durability, speed, agility, reflexes and senses, indestructible bones via adamantium, retractable adamantium claws, regenerative healing factor, extended longevity, master of various forms of combat.
Wolverine is probably best known for his razor-sharp adamantium claws, but as we said in his brief history, his claws are actually bone claws that were later coated in the indestructible metal. His mutation has granted him superhuman strength, stamina, durability, speed, agility, and reflexes. He also possesses enhanced senses. Think Super Soldier, but with heightened senses. All of his senses, his hearing, sight, smell, taste, and touch are all elevated to superhuman levels. Perhaps his greatest power, however, is his healing factor, which has granted him longevity. As we mentioned, he was born hundreds of years ago, and it also allows him to rapidly heal from any damage he takes. He's also immune to most poisons, and it even gives him some telepathic resistance. Beyond his powers, Wolverine is a master of various forms of combat. He's trained with the best masters all over the world, as well as having been trained as an elite soldier in the Weapon X program and beyond. Let's see how these powers rank on the grid. Cerebro, please pull up the power grid.
Accessing power grid. Analyzing subject.
You can find these power grids on marvel.fandom.com or on the backs of various Marvel trading cards. Our first category is strength. He's at a 4, world record bench press strength. He may be small, but he's incredibly strong, able to lift up to 800 pounds. And Logan needs that strength, lugging around that extra adamantium weight. Our next category is intelligence. He's at a 3, above average. He has an IQ higher than your average person. Some power grids have him at a 2, but the Marvel Metal card, which is the one I normally default to, has him at a 3. And it makes sense that Wolverine has an above average intelligence. People often mistake Wolverine to be a mindless animal, but having lived such a long life and spending a nice portion of that time living at a school, Wolverine is one smart ball of rage. Moving on to speed. He is at a 2, normal human speed. And although his mutant abilities grant him above average speed, that adamantium slows him down a bit, so it kinda averages out, normal human speed. On to our next category, fighting ability. He is at a 7, invincible. There's a reason they say Wolverine is the best at what he does, and that is fighting. Training with the best masters the world has to offer, combined with all his military training, has turned him into a nearly invincible fighting machine. Next up is durability. He's at a 4, enhanced human. Somewhat difficult to permanently injure. Between his healing factor and his adamantium bones, any damage he takes can be quickly healed, and his bones are impossible to break, as well as having that skull that's impossible to penetrate. Brings a whole new meaning to the saying hard-headed, and that he is. Wolverine has been shot, dropped from high heights, and even burned alive, and always manages to heal. Moving on to our next category, agility. He is at a 4, peak human agility. Even with him weighing 300 plus pounds, his reflexes and agility are well beyond even the best athletes. On several occasions, he's been able to dodge Cyclops' optic blasts with ease. On to our final category, energy blasts. He's at a 1, no energy projection whatsoever. Although he does not have any ability to send out blasts himself, he himself has been a projectile in one of the X-Men's most famous tactics, the fastball special, where Colossus picks Wolverine up and throws him at an enemy, becoming the blast himself. Looking at his overall stats, Wolverine's enhanced strength, durability, agility are all at a 4. Combine that with his fighting ability at a 7 and an above average intelligence, Wolverine is nearly invincible. There's a reason he is one of the most popular X-Men and one of the most recognizable comic book characters in history. He is the best at what he does, and he is a key player on any team he is a part of. Whether he's on the X-Men, Avengers, Alpha Flight, or just hanging around a bar, Wolverine may be the deadliest man alive. He often takes center stage in different media like the movies and even the animated series. It's nice we get to see him as more part of the team rather than the focus, and they did a great job of that in X-Men 97 Season 1, where we really get to see him as more of a team player rather than the focus of the show. And that reminds me, Cerebro, let him know.
Be sure to check out X-Men 97 Reactions with Talent. Don't forget to subscribe.
You should definitely go check out my X-Men 97 reactions. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'm looking forward to future seasons. And if you could, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Every click goes a long way to helping the channel grow, and I'd greatly appreciate it. That's all for today. I'm Talent, the Eccentric Collector, reminding you, keep collecting. And until next time, Excelsior!